What do you make of the modern world of cinema? We keep hearing about, is cinema in crisis? Is streaming platforms made a dent in the ability for you to make movies in the way that you used to? What's your read on that situation?
Well, it's complicated. I think that people always want us to distill it down to simple things. I think it is for sure a moment of extraordinary disruption and transformation. Every time everyone wants to declare movies and movie theaters dead, something else comes along and sort of shatters that idea. And, whether it's Barbie or Oppenheimer or Minecraft or whatever the latest thing is that when, Sinners, which is just a phenomenal, movie and it just gives people that sort of renewed, not only optimism that, no, there's still a place for this. But the world is changing all the time. You have to understand and navigate your way through it. And I think the industry as a whole is navigating its way through pretty challenging, if not treacherous times, whether it is digital distribution, whether it is AI tools, consolidation of these companies, legacy businesses, declining, and how do you transition to the next? And I've lived through a couple of them myself, and they're really, really hard, and they're really, really challenging. And much of the time you are having to navigate through really uncharted places. And so lots of uncertainty in that, a lot of fear with it. But I still remain quite optimistic that movies are a great form of storytelling and a unique form of storytelling, and they're not going away.
What do you make of this world where movies get ported out into series for streaming? We've seen this happen with Star Wars. We've seen parts of the Avengers franchise have this, like Lord of the Rings, massive bet by Amazon, which I don't know the books, but not convinced how great of an investment that was. What do you make of this sort of expansion out into other areas like that?
Yeah, I think listen, there have been phenomenal examples of great success. I just watched the latest season of Daredevil, which is a spinoff of a spinoff of a spinoff. And I thought it was incredible. I was just completely mesmerized and engrossed in it and following, just like I can't wait for the next season of it. And it just, I've been now almost a decade of Handmaid's Tale, and watched the latest episode last night. My head almost exploded. So I thought Sinners, as I said, was just a remarkable movie. And oh my gosh, you've got to, it's an incredible performance. It's incredibly made. It's beautifully written. It's special. And the audience, somehow or another, they knew it, they sensed it, they got there, the word of mouth of it, and so, again, I'm an optimist in this, so, also it's not my job anymore, so it's easy for me to be
sidelined,
to be outside, and,
yeah, exactly.
Like that old Monday morning quarterback, and I'm sure many people in Hollywood.
Tell you what's interesting on that movies going to series is the inverse, which would be Peaky Blinders.
Oh my God, one
4
of my
series
favorites.
That's going to finish the entire narrative arc with a movie.
Okay, have you seen Mobland?
Not yet.
Okay,
Good.
well, it's so interesting because I literally, it's not done yet either. And I literally I was watching a couple nights ago with the latest episode of Mobland with my wife. And I sit there, I said, this really just feels like the modern version of Peaky Blinders. It was one of my favorite shows of all time. Oh my God.
Even with like a lot of these shows that have repeats, they get reset in time, like as like the sort of the modern patterns change, like the 5 versions of Spider-Man. Like you go look at the old one and look at the new one. It's really interesting because it's much more mapped to the current zeitgeist, like however people are thinking about it. So a lot of those elements, as there's like a new generation of people that are sort of re-engaging with superheroes and stories from the past, to me it's like a nice connection point with my kids
this was what was happening when I was young. This is what is happening now. You are young.
Yeah, exactly. And so, it's the same story, but just told a completely different way. But it's something we can connect over. We can talk about it.
That's a really, really good point that you have when you run it back with a movie. What is the cultural milieu at the moment? What's happening? What are people worried about?
Yeah, like
what are
the
their
old
fears?
Superman. Well, my son looks at it and says, "Well, why does it look like it's cut out of like cardboard?" I said, "Probably was."
Yes.
At the time, it looks like, so it's sort of it's a cool moment that kind of brings people together as well.
Well, how many movies now have got some lone wolf AI powered evil? It's the Jafar of 2025, powered by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Why is that? Well, it's because people have got concerns about the sort of ascendancy of AI. There's issues to do with inequality a lot of the time now. So you're looking at what's happening from a working class perspective, what's happening from an upper class perspective in a way that may not have been done previously. You've got much more complex villains, right? Suicide Squad was bad guys being bad but needing to be good in order to stop worse guys from doing something. That's not...
That math was very good.
Yes.
I just want to say that is beautifully done.
Do you hear that? Very good. Before we continue, you've probably heard me talk about Element before, and that's because I'm frankly dependent on it. For the last 3 years, I've started every morning with Element. Element contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of sodium, potassium, and magnesium with no sugar, no gluten or artificial ingredients or any other BS. It plays a huge role in reducing muscle cramps and fatigue while optimizing brain health, regulating appetite, and curbing cravings. That's why it's used by everyone from Dr. Andrew Huberman to Dr. Mike Israetel, Olympic athletes, and FBI sniper teams, and me. This orange flavor in a cold glass of water tastes like a beautiful, salty, sweet, orangey nectar, and there's a no questions asked refund policy, and you don't even need to return the box if you don't like it. That's how confident they are that you'll love it. Plus, they offer free shipping in the US, and you can get a free sample pack of all 8 flavors with your first purchase by going to the link in the description below or heading to drinklmnt.com/modernwisdom. That's drinklmnt.com/modernwisdom. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that clip, the full episode is available right here. Go on. Press it.